Welcome back to the Profit Playbook. I am Kyrsti Snyder. Kier like an ear sound. You can drop the I if it makes more sense for you. Call me Kyrst. Great to have you here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you are in the know instantly for anything that I teach for how to be profitable online, making money right from the device that you're on. I'm a six-figure earner in the online space, and I'm doing this playbook for free for you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by about 2 Eastern, posting videos so that you can win faster and more successfully, sustaining the income that you want rather than feeling like you have to report to a boss and just, oh, these are the cards I've been dealt. No, my friend, you make those cards, you play them when you want. And I want you to know that. Okay. In the Profit Playbook, this is part 4 of how to maximize your sales without a following, without an audience, right? We start at 0. Every single person does when making money online. In the previous videos, part 1, 2, and 3, we talked about setting up the right domain, having it be branded, having it be specific. You're going to want to go watch that video if you haven't already. Part 2, in talking about how to actually scale your sales, how to start out in being able to make money online. Part 3, and you getting on a platform like TikTok so that you have a cold way of marketing instead of being spammy Kathy and bugging your family and friends. Now, in part 4, we're going to specifically discuss how to follow the right formula, what formula it is in creating short form video content using the example of TikTok. Now, the 4 majors are TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. These concepts apply to the other platforms. I just pick and choose which one I want to talk about. In the previous video, about hashtags, I talked about Facebook Reels, but the same concept applies for hashtags on Facebook Reels as it does to TikTok, Instagram, etc. And it's the same thing we're talking about here. In this 4-point formula, my gosh, you better be taking notes. It's so freaking good. It's so good. You're gonna want to hone in this strategy every single time you post a short form video. There's 4 pieces that in every single video you need to have in order to get sales. Even if you have no current following, or even if right now you have 500 followers, you've got 50 followers, or you've got, 10,000 and more followers on one specific platform or multiple. Every single time you post a video specific to short form videos, meaning anywhere between like 12 to 3 minutes, 12 seconds up to 3 minutes, and 90 seconds, a good middle ground, whatever else. 12 seconds to 3 minutes, that's where you're going to want to be in the short form video content space. Now, specifically talking about this 4-point formula, this is where I want you to take notes. As soon as you find value from this video, please give me a like on the video. I'd appreciate the support. And I also want to hear from you what more you need. So if you have any thoughts, questions, please drop them below as I go through things. That way I can deliver exactly what you're needing inside of this Profit Playbook. And then as always, hit the subscribe button so you are in the know as soon as possible when a video is posted Monday, Wednesday, Friday by about 2 Eastern. So excited for you. Okay. So in part 4, 4-point formula. This is the 4-point formula, 4 pieces to the recipe of creating success online with short form video. First, second, third, and fourth. This is what I want you to write down. Then I'll dive into it so that you can have a couple ideas and understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. 4 pieces. Number 1, hook. Hook like a fish hook. Okay. Hook. Number 2, build up. Building something up. Okay. Build up. Write that down. 3, present value. It's a value piece. You gotta have this piece. And then 4, you probably guessed it if you've been around the block at all, call to action or CTA. What is it you want them to do? Why did they watch the end of your video? Okay. In regard to the hook is something that includes the word you. You've got 3 seconds in a short form video to deliver the hook. Think of it much like a movie trailer. The person has never seen you before. They're scrolling through their news feed, their For You page on TikTok. They don't know who the heck you are. If you start out with, hi, it's Kyrsti. Nope, scroll, don't care, bye, right? The hook, specific to making money online, we'll just use that as an example since that's what I do, would be something like, how would you? Would you? How can you? How about you? Something that includes you, because it's a call to action. It's already like, whoa, me? Who's this? I got to watch, right? If you talk about you at the beginning, they don't care. They do not care. They want to know why they want to stay, which means if you include them from the first 3 seconds of your short form video, they're going to stay. Example of a hook. How would you like to make an extra $100 a day? How would I like? Hello, of course I want to. I'm going to stay on that video, right? It's like a movie trailer. It encompasses you, gets your attention from the very start. It's something relatable, right? You watch to the end of that movie trailer, hoping for the release date to be soon to go see in theater because you're like, that relates to me. I get it. I want that. That's funny. I'm included on that. You relate to it in some type of way, whether that's humor or that's likability, whatever else. And it's the same thing with your short form videos. Okay. So that's an example of a hook. Build up is an extension of the hook. That's part 2 of the 4-point formula. A build up is an extension of the hook. How would you like to make an extra $100 a day? The build up would be an extension of that. That's another $3,000 every single month for you. Notice I use the word you again. I'm encompassing them. Whoever is watching my video, they don't know me. They want to stay because I'm talking to them. Okay. And then third is present value. Value could be, for the opposite word, I guess, it's what do they get making $100 a day, $3,000 a month, but how? Okay. The value piece encompasses the how. How? Right from your phone, right from the device you're watching this video on now, right from your couch in 1 to 2 hours a day, even without experience, even if you tried and failed before, even if you insert sacrifice, insert excuse, insert objection that they might have, the fear that they might hold. Okay. For me, just like you learned in the part 3, for me, I attract a lot of parents. That is my avatar because that's who I am. That's what I narrowed down on my hashtags, talked about in the previous videos too. And that's someone specific who I'm talking to. So my present value would be a time frame, 1 to 2 hours a day, right from the phone you're on, insinuating you don't need fancy equipment. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, etc. Something like if I'm talking to a mom, that's my audience. The present value piece in this formula would be, even if you've tried and failed, even if you've never made a penny online before, even if you don't feel you have the tech savviness, I got your back, that kind of a thing. Okay. That's the present value. The present value is how they're going to do the hook and the buildup. Make $100 a day, $3,000 a month. How? Well, in 1 to 2 hours a day, right from the phone you're on. Even without experience, I'm going to teach you for free, whatever it is. What's the value piece and how they can do the hook and the build up? Okay. And then the call to action. The call to action is very, very important. If you're asking for people to comment on your video and you're not getting comments, to be blunt with you, my friend, it's because you did not do the 3 pieces of this formula well enough. If you're not getting comments and that is your call to action, it's because people did not make it to the end of your video, which means in a movie trailer, they have no reason to know when the movie comes out because they're thinking, well, I don't even care for this video. It seems really boring, right? It's the same thing with your videos here as my camera goes blurry. I'm still here. Haha, there we go. The call to action, if you're going to ask for comments and you start getting comments, you know, data-wise that you nailed the first 3 pieces of the 4-point formula. So good job. If you're not getting comments and you want that algorithm boost, be sure to tag people or comment back to them if they like the video so that you can start getting engagement. But more than anything, before you even go thinking you got to do that, hone in your strategy. Because if your call to action says, comment this, comment that, if you're serious about making an extra $3,000 a month, comment the word now below. Comment the word, yep, I'm in below. I'll reach out shortly. Whatever it is, whatever call to action you give that makes the person want to comment. First, are they commenting? Yes. Good job doing the 4-point formula. If they're not, hone in your strategy for, is your hook, build up and present value good enough? Does it make them want to stay to the end where they're like urgent? Yes, I want to comment. Holy crap, I got to connect with her. Okay. Yes or no? Only you can answer that as you start doing this. Now, in a call to action, if you want the algorithm boost, having them comment is a great way to do it. If you have a funnel, which I will discuss later on, if you have a funnel, workwithkyrsti.com, whatever it is, if you have a funnel that you want them to go to, say, go here now to get the scoop. And you have your text, workwithbillybob.com, pop up. It pops up for just a couple seconds. You say that, so they have to watch the video again, or they have to accidentally watch the video again by looking at the description or the comments or whatever else for what they need to go do, which means algorithm hack for you as well. If you want them to go to your website, as I've said multiple times before inside of this mini playlist from the Profit Playbook, you're going to want to have the capital letter of each word of your domain be capitalized. That way, if it's workwithbillybob.com, the W for work, the W for with, the B for Billy Bob would be capitalized. That way it's easily readable, typed, and remembered, just like I covered in part 2. Now, if you want your call to action to be to message you on a platform like TikTok, it is hard to communicate on TikTok. So to be honest, I would not, if you're on TikTok using that platform for this specific call to action, I would not recommend using DM me, message me if you want the scoop. I would recommend having it be more direct, where either you give them your number. Oh no, they're going to text you. Yeah. Because if you're a person making money online, you want people to know that you're a real person. I don't care if you set up a Google Voice number. I don't care if you have your number directly, whatever it is, you want it to be more direct communication. Direct communication. They can message you on TikTok. That's fine, but you cannot send a link on TikTok. So that means you're still having them get off the platform, not a click and go like the most of us want. Oh, we just want to click and go because we're lazy, right? If you want them to direct message you, that's fine. But in your direct message, which I'll cover here in this mini playlist, mini series from the Profit Playbook, you're going to want to be very, very specific for how you direct message. Direct messaging can work, but on TikTok, it's a couple loopholes you have to jump through. So if that's your call to action, just know that's what you're up against. Not that that's a problem, just letting you know. Now, on a platform, say like Facebook, a platform, say like Instagram, you're able to actually direct message pretty quickly, and you're not going to be blocked with being able to send links or not. So understand that the goal, if they direct message you, is to get them off that platform anyway. Just be very specific in what you direct message back so that you're in control of the conversation. More to come on that in the next part. We'll see you then. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon. With grace, Kyrsti.